Good morning, everyone. It's Ros Boundy here, psychic medium. And yay, I managed to get the computer restarted and all sorts because every now and again it needs that. So we're here, Peanuts and I. Peanuts is down there. And I'm here in front of you, ready to get into the live stream. Oh, I just realised I wanted to check on the iPad that we are going live and that the sound is being heard, because that's one thing. Occasionally it doesn't work. Let me have a look. Is it? I haven't got the volume up on the iPad. Yes, good. Okay, so I can turn that off. Good. Now I've got the cards here. I have them. It is and it's a little bit out of line. I have actually put what cards I'm using there to the next. So it is the Bluebird Lenormand deck, that one that I showed yesterday. I took a card from each of the decks yesterday, except the Gilded Reverie, of course. So this is the deck that I'm using, is this one. It's the one with the little verses, and they are a little difficult to read the actual verses as we're there. But these two cards that were there first, they actually flew out as I was shuffling the deck. So what I've done is just laid them down as they were, and they only wanted 3 cards chosen again. Good morning, Kim. Lovely to see you here this morning. It's early on a Sunday, isn't it? Good morning, Mary. Lovely to see you here too, honey. So what we've got is, I felt that the child is the one that's the centre of this. I wasn't sure which. They flew out about the same time, so I thought, well, I'd still read them as they are. The child felt to be the one that was wanting to stand out more prominently. So, and I wish it would be really nice if this camera stayed focused. So when it's more tongue-tied, I'm still probably half asleep. I've got a sneeze coming. Excuse me. Sometimes you can't help that, can you? Now, let's refocus that. Oh, when a sweet child smiles your way, innocence brings joy to fill your day. Friends are many, enemies are few, embrace a fresh start in all you do. So it really is that journey of a new start, as if a child, so that what you're doing is stepping out in that beautiful innocence. Thank you, Kim. I have seen your comment. So the child really is like taking on the adventure of life, isn't it? So we're moving into that each and every day. So today is like you're taking on a new adventure, and the baby steps moving into the adult steps. Whether you get to it, thank you, Kim. Whether you get to all of that, from what seems to be the child, the baby steps into the adulthood in one day, like today. I think it's more about being playful, about having fun, finding your joy in everything that you're doing today. And actually, the innocence, the friends, spending time with friends, because what does a child do most easily is make friends. So unleashed, not even fenced in. It's that beautiful energy of discovery in everything. So be that child today. It's what I'm feeling there. Hi, Violet. Lovely. Oh, I really like your Celtic knot thingy logo there. That's lovely. And the rainbow, of course, because I like rainbows. So, good morning, Tracy. Lovely to see you here. And Keza, good morning, all the way over there in Victoria. I bet it's cold there. I was freezing this morning. I had to put my blanket back on. I'd taken the blanket off the bed thinking spring, yay, and it was beautiful weather, but no, last night I froze, so I had to get it back out. So all this beautiful energy around the child, be that child today, just have that beautiful feeling of exploration, of adventure, and making new friends if you can be out and about, all of that type of thing. Now, I do feel that the moon was the one. It's only 3 degrees right now. Yep, that's cold. I do feel the next one to be read is the moon. Let's see if I can focus that fairly easily. The slumbering moon, when it rises near, and it's gone out of focus again. Ugh. The slumbering moon, when it rises near, means that great honours are bound to appear. Intuition and perception soar in the night. Emotions wax and wane in the moon's light. We do have that sort of romantic notion about the moon and the energies that she puts off. And why she? Because the sun is the he. That is the balance of the yin and yang. That's sort of fairly recognised in all fields esoteric. So this one with the moon, what we're stepping into is having that presence of the nurturing, of the bringing forward to the light softly and gently. And I think with being with the child here in this spread, that it certainly is that gentleness about it, and that taking those steps, as it says, wax and wane. There is the energies that create the ups and downs, and especially we are coming into a new moon very shortly. I haven't even looked at the astrology. I know it's in Virgo because we're in that time now, new moon in Virgo. The energies around relationships and things. So, especially since friendships grow, develop, and explore those friendships. The new moon. Oh, look, I if I find it, I'll put it on my page underneath the comments at some point, or someone here might know. Cool. Good. I thought someone might. Good morning, Diane. And I'm just glancing across Kathy. Yeah, good morning, Kathy. Lovely to see you here. And your 7th. So it's a few days away, a couple of days away yet, but we have got the new moon approaching. But really, when you think about what is our celestial bodies, they're present all the time. It's just in the relative position of where we are in our space and place here on Earth as to how that energy does affect us personally. So touch into that moon energy if you can in the evening, and you see that cloudless night and you've got the moon there. Have a conversation. Touch into those and tap into those energies and the beings that are around and about at the time. You never know what you might discover, and that could be the new adventure for tonight, couldn't it? What we have in the mountains is tomorrow, you think, Keza? Yeah, if it's the set, I've got an astrology program that I'll actually look at. Hey, Eunice. How are you, sister? Beautiful avatar there. I love that. Gorgeous. That's a new one I haven't seen. Wonderful. And Kerry Ann, good morning to you as well. I've got Astro Gold on the Mac, so that's the astrology program I use because the PC's died. So hence that astrology program, I can't use it, can't access it while it's that. Prue Blackmore's one who does a wonderful write-up on the moon cycles and astrology too. Now, here we have the mountain. Oh, now it doesn't... oh, this is fun, isn't it, doing the focus. Confront the mountain as you would a fierce foe. To avoid your defeat, strike hard the first blow. This clear obstacle is a chance to succeed. Courage and persistence are all that you'll need, because generally a mountain is showing us that there is an obstacle or there's a challenge in the day. And if you do feel that there is a challenge, just tap into how you do it like a child would approach it. When you look at some of the things that happen around and about physically in mountains, the landslides, the things that land on the road, there might be a few rocks, or it could be a big something. Well, you walk around it. Because the child's present, it's highly likely if they're smaller rocks, they'll roll them around as if they're marbles and play. So I'm feeling that the challenge can be dealt with in a more playful way, in something that's outside our usual box, because we're adults, we know better now. And sometimes, that touching into what is the Not always the obvious to us as adults, but definitely it's just an automatic, let's try this type of do it that children get into, and we wonder or tell them off or say, they're wrong doing this and that. But yet, really, because it's their first instinct of trying something, that's highly likely what you might be needing in your energies today to get past whatever that challenge is. As it's saying, strike it hard first up. Just get into it, deal with it, and move it along, because the light of the moon, that energy of revealing gently will happen as well for that purpose. So, oh, good morning, Deirdre. Lovely to see you here too this morning. So shift into that type of energy that is a childlikeness, not childishness, because we are still too adult to be going into being childish. We can still be adults in a childlike and remembering way of how we did used to do things as if they were adventures. Well, I can remember doing that anyway. You'd explore, you'd go off. Well, I was on a farm, so you'd go off doing all sorts of things, building cubby houses, riding a motorbike out the back, and discovering patches of scrub you never saw before, and all sorts of stuff, and the flowers in there, and it was just like magic. It really was, the adventures that we'd go on our own farm. So if you're presented with anything that feels like it is a challenge, be as that child, tap into what the energy is, your intuitive, your gut feeling around how do I, and take that first, like a child would in some ways. But certainly that moon energy is going to be lovely as it softens the blow. So, well, that's the words I've just got, soften the blow of what might have been more in that, blunt instrument type. It actually softens it to be more like the tickle of a feather duster. Where that came from, I have no idea. So here we go. Thank you, Keza. I will have a beautiful day, and to everyone else. I love those emojis that you're putting through. Just have a look at the good luck, the sun and the moon, and you've got 3 suns there, and the world and the planets and the stars. Beautiful. Thank you. And Kim, you did mow the lawns yesterday. That's wonderful. Some childcraft work today. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be lovely. Last night I did. I've got to put this one up. Your husband's a challenge. Oh, relationships can be, can't they? And people. But it's fun, the experience, like just being who we are and exploring all those different avenues that we've got to join together in relationships, in friendships, in whatever way we can, in partnerships of marriage, as far as husband, wife, husband, look, it doesn't matter. It's love, it's relationships, it's learning about each other, but it's learning about ourselves in that experience and exchange, isn't it? Or yeah, that's the way I said it, wasn't it? Anyway, just be you, be the best you, keep discovering and exploring and finding the excitement. I was practicing with playing with some of the alcoholics again last night. I did a little mini live stream for it, and I have got the 2. I don't know whether I'll put them. Are they easier to see like this? Let me see. Probably they get too much glare from the window. So that's one. Which way do I put it? That way. So that's one of them. So this is my discovery, and I'm going to be doing some more of these this morning. The discovery for me, the childlikeness for today, is going to be playing with what do I see in this. If you want to go back and hold, and I'll probably put the photos up too, and pause. Yeah, hold it on pause so that you can see what do you see. There's so many different angles. I haven't played with that yet for that one fully, and this was the other one. I decided to go to 2 completely different color sets, and this one without much in the splotches, and just see what it came up with. I was trying out more especially a glitter alcohol ink on this one, and it's absolutely beautiful. But with that, the paintings are very interesting, Keza. Um, and Deirdre, you learnt you was incredibly tolerant. But it can be fun. It can still be fun. Oh, wow. Yeah, they are. Oh, wow. And that painting is very interesting as it's actually done, as you create it. That's where the interesting really does come in. And I've got some others that I did before, which you've probably seen before. These were a couple of my first ones that I did from home, like at home. What I was more especially trying out yesterday was definitely that purple sparkly one, because I haven't got one of those. I think I've got a pearl, which is slightly different. The purple one is sparkle, so I'm going to have some fun with that today. Find something that you can jump into as a discovery today as well. And good morning, Roz and all. Love your painting too. Thanks, Fiona. Thank you. It's I'm finding out. Can you call it a painting when all you're doing is splotching and splashing? But look, we'll see what develops on that one. They're called alcohol inks. Hang on, I'll just get one. I wasn't. You use a bottle of alcohol. It's these types of things. This is the pearl one. I'll probably be online with it a bit later too. So, see there a colour. I don't know if it's actually showing up as alcohol inks. Yeah, just at the top. Can you just see that? I'll see if it'll focus. And I'll be coming on a bit later with a few more, with a bit more to do that. See where my finger is, not the brand name. It's there. It says alcohol ink. Just there it is. There we go. Alcohol ink. Do a search on it, and it should come up with quite a few different things for you to look at. It's fun. My sister and I went to a workshop back in June the 6th this year. It was 2 days after my tendon had broken. I didn't want to miss out on the workshop, so I wasn't going to do anything about it. I thought I'd just overstretched, and I heard the ping and it would get better. Well, it didn't, so it had broken. But that's when we did it. So back then is when we went to the workshop, and yesterday I had to call her to say, how did we do it again? Because I'd left such a gap between then and doing a few more. I couldn't quite remember how to do it. So that's what they're called, alcohol inks. And the painting that I first showed, so that would be this one, the bright one, that. So just pause it and see what you see in them as you wish. As you wish. Thank you, Fiona. And you see so many different things. That's what I do too. So that's why I'll do a live around it a little later. I don't know how yet, because I want to actually photograph them and put them on my iPad and draw on it that way. So, Deirdre, you and your daughter have been playing with fondant and cake making. Oh, yum. I think we go back to sewing machine instead. Well, whatever suits you. I've got my sewing machine out too, because I thought, well, I better start making a few masks. Those paper ones are giving me the irrits. So I'll be doing some of that. A mix today. It's creativity and discovery, isn't it? And you'll keep your phone handy to watch. Oh, thank you. And yes, I'm probably going to do it via the HAPS app. But anyway, keep tuned. In whichever way that I manage to do it, you'll be seeing it here. Or being desktop, I could even do it straight eCam. I don't know. Just keep an eye out for your notifications. I suppose that's why I think it'll be to YouTube as well. So if you have YouTube available, do the subscribe, and there's a little bell that you can do notifications as well. And you just search for Ros Boundy and it should come up. I haven't got enough followers to actually have that, YouTube / blah blah Ros Boundy. It's all numbers and stuff. So, and are you going to rewatch it today? this morning. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Fiona. And thank you. Oh, hi, Michaela. You've popped in just as I'm about to finish. That's all right. And Keza, I love the different waves and hands. Thank you. Bye for now. And I'm going to go as well. I need breakfast. So, and I'll get back to finding out. Just keep an eye on either my Facebook page. It probably will be on the Ros Bounty, as in the page. Could be profile as well. Just keep an eye out. But keep being the best you and finding whatever you're discovering today in that wonderful child energy as well. Be lovely to see you share that too. So until either tomorrow or later today, namaste.